about this. But I use the manifold system. That's the point. All right. Ghost it up. Now. Oh, what a beautiful sunrise on the bayou. Wait. This isn't the bayou. This is Massage 2A2B. Oh, and we are building a plate factory. Our initial concrete factory is running in the background there. It's far from finished. We'll revisit that later. For now, concrete is flowing ever so slow, but I've accumulated quite a bit here. But I'm running out of plates, and concrete and plates are the first two things you need to build all these lovely concrete support structures here, foundations and walls. So, here at the very edge of the map, there are two nodes. One normal iron node and one normal iron node. The first one we're going to tap into is this one. And for those who don't know, the normal iron node does produce 240 iron per minute once it's been tapped into with a Mark III miner. And as I mentioned before in the previous video, I always design my factories for the maximum unboosted output of a node. So, doing a little math, yes, the A math, not the E, I have determined that we need 8 smelters. 8 smelters will consume exactly 240 iron ore and produce exactly 240 iron ingots. And those will be consumed by 8 constructors, who in turn will produce, I think, 260 something. Anyways, they consume all the iron ingots and produce them, turn them into plates. So this is a pretty straightforward, simple factory. There is no need for redistributing between the two layers, and that's pretty much it. Unlike the concrete manufacturing here, the concrete is a one-step procedure. You take it out of the mine, you put it in the constructor, and it's done. The iron ore is the two-step procedure. Iron ore flows into the smelters, from the smelters to the constructors, and the constructors make our plates. For this design, I'm going to go 5 by, let me see here, that's 8 smelters, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 by 6, 5 by 6, that's what I need. Why am I doing this the hard way? I don't know. Let's do this the easy way. I did 2, so I need 4 more, and then 5 to the right. Ooh. Good. Now, I'll also put up a little video in the corner there, if I can make it work in the post-recording software, showing you that this foundation, jeez, what's with my brain today? This foundation here is perfectly hooked up to the foundation there, because I actually built a piece of concrete floor all the way from there to here. I deconstructed it, but this is perfectly aligned to each other, so later, if I have an abundance of concrete, I can just turn this all into one giant concrete field and not overlap the building's foundations anywhere, so that's pretty neat. Do I want to go one higher, or is this good enough? On one hand, I want to go higher because I want to extend this factory later, tapping into this node, and then I'll go higher here, but I can just make a staircase. Yeah, screw it, I'll just make a staircase. This is fine. Alright, let's grab the ghosts. Where are they? There we go. And I said smelters. I'm going to need some smelters. Here we go. There we go. I'm trying to change my hotbar there. For those who don't know, hold Alt and then scroll your wheel. That changes the hotbar. Unfortunately, Alt also means that I fly down when the flying mod is active. Alright, here we go. First, I actually place the splitters. And I will need these. Now, I use the manifold system. There are essentially 2 ways of feeding your production line. One is the manifold system, like this, and I'll show you the rest later. And the other is the halfway split system, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But essentially you just split it down like a tree. And in this case we have 4 on each side, which means it should yeah, see, it's already giving me a headache. That's one reason why I use the manifold system. But essentially it splits up kind of like this, side by side, and then you have 6 in total, so that's not enough, so I need to split it again. Something like that. Good. So this is 50-50. Then I have 1 coming out here, and 1 coming out there, and then another 3 here, and another 3 there. This is a crick in the neck, and as you can see, it takes up way more space, and I just hate it. It is, however, smarter, as it is far less sensitive to fluctuations in your input. In other words, if you have a manifold system like this, the manufacturers at the back initially will not receive any kind of resources because they're all consumed by the ones at the front. But if you calculate it correctly, then the whole thing overflows, and eventually all the manufacturers will receive the same amount of input. I hope that makes sense. If not, go watch some other YouTube videos about this. But I use the manifold system, that's the point. Alright, ghosted up. Now, currently, I can only tap into 60 units per minute using a Mark I miner, which means I'm going to build this factory, or at least the machines, just for those 60, and for the rest I'm going to leave these ghosts here. And replace them later once I can increase the production. Now, I do have a mod installed, and let me put that on the screen again, that prevents any issues with clearances. Sometimes you see it there, it's red, I can't place it there, but if I don't have this mod installed, it would also be red at this position, for instance, because it's too close to the splitter here. Now, the mod prevents that red showing up, and I can actually place it a lot closer. I have to be careful with that because it can be a bit game breaking. The reason why I did it is, for one thing, the power cords are very annoying early game, and sometimes you have conveyor belts that are perfectly clear to be built, and yet the game complains and whines and moans about the fact that it isn't clear, and it's such a crick in the neck sometimes. So I just work on visual confirmation. If it looks good, it's good enough for me, and I don't care what the game thinks. So that means this, I can actually place it 1 closer than normal. Normally it would only let me place it here, but I'm going to place it 1 closer. And as you can see visually, I have no issue with that. It doesn't clip in each other, but the boxes, the placing boxes, you see these little white lines, these boxes, no, it won't show up, damn you. Alright, let me show you again. These little placement boxes, if those white boxes overlap each other with another object, it normally turns red, but hey, yay for modding, thank you. Whoever made the mod. Should still be on the screen right about now. Alright, fast forward. Good, now we're going vertical. So I'm going to give you some comment again. What we don't need for this particular factory is, because we have a one-on-one passageway, or however you want to call it, 1 smelter supplies exactly the required amount for 1 constructor, so we just connect 1 constructor to 1 smelter. As a result, we do not need a redistribution floor in between. I'll show you that when we start building or producing the iron rods, because there the ratio is different between smelters and constructors. So now we can just straight up build the first floor, or if you're an American, the 2nd floor. But, you know, normal people, we have ground floors. Yeah, we use ground floors. Just wanted to point that out. Can't help it, former engineer, there you go. Alright, fast forward. And now for the real constructors. Now, this is another issue that the clearance mod kind of clears up. If you place the constructor like this, I do believe that when you attach a lift to it, it's going to whine that it's too close to the floor, even though visually it isn't touching the floor. So in vanilla game, you may wish to place the constructor one further back like this, where the input is just hanging over the edge there, and you won't have clearance issues. This also gives you a little bit more space in the center, but we don't really need it for this particular factory. So I'm just going to place it right there, keep things nice and tight. Alright, since these are the only two real constructors and not ghosts, let's hook these up with a lift, if you will. I really need to configure my hotbar for all these items. I'll do that off camera at some point. Another little hint or tip, and oh, that's because I'm lining it up with the I'm lining it up with these guys. I should not do that. I should line it up with these guys. And you know what? To save ourselves the headache of having to place a conveyor belt between the lift and the machine, I'm actually going to move these. Whoa, not that one. Move these a little bit outwards. Where are they? Smelters. I don't have the daisy chains yet. That is a shame. I kind of want to build those immediately. But we'll have to dick around with the subpar options for now. Same as the concrete facility. So I'm going to place it here after all. There. And there. Because I need to place a conveyor belt between the splitter and the smelter anyways. So one little extra section doesn't matter. But this saves me from having to place a conveyor belt here. Now, for those who don't know, never played, or never noticed, you can connect these directly. Every time you place a lift and you hear a click, that beep sound, it means it's connecting to something, like that. Which means I don't need to place anything in between, and you can do it with the one at the bottom if it's in the right position. No beep, but if I turn it like this, beep, and it's connected. Saves you a lot of trouble of having to place all those additional conveyors there. Done. Alright, next lift. Right up there. You hear it beeping? There you go. Alright. Eventually I'll all converge the production here together, but for now only these two will be producing. So let's give ourselves a murder block. Yeah, I say murder because merger. See, I can't frickin' pronounce that word. Merger block. Merger block. Give me a break. Just pretend I'm Russian or something. God, I'm insulting a lot of nationalities today. Again, sorry. Sorry, I need help. Let's hook that up. Right, now what I usually do is put production onto the roof, then split it. One half or a portion of the production will go into a feeder, a ticket feeder. We'll discuss what that is later. And the rest will go over the edge, down all the way here again into a box that I can pick up. That's kind of the design philosophy I work with. And it becomes more and more complicated and more complex as the machines and the products become more complicated and more complex. Alright, enough talking, enough jabbering. Fast forward. No, actually I'm not done talking. I actually put this one right in the middle of this foundation because I'm going to unlock a staircase that will actually go around this this conveyor lift and will take us to the roof. That way every floor is accessible. Right now, of course, I'm still cheating with the fly mod, but it's just the design phase. Alright, there we go. Later, this will turn into a giant staging area for collecting all the resources out of local factories and then moving it somewhere else. At least, that's the idea. Storage container, that's the big one. I haven't unlocked the big ones yet, officially, so I don't want to use the big ones just yet. Alright, there we go. Good. Now, we have the roof, which means we can also provide the limited amount of power that we currently need with a couple of more of these guys. Happy Christmas. No, oh boy, I need some rods. I need some rods. So happy with the fly mob because now I don't have to climb down, walk over there, climb up again. I can just zip over here. Do I still have some rods left over? No. And I only have 2 metal ingots. Oh boy. Well, I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. Sorry about that. That's going to happen an awful lot, but I don't want you to have to witness me digging up all the ore and processing it by hand. It's just, well, you see me do that enough in the other videos, so let's stick to the building, shall we? Alright, now, as I mentioned before, best to keep 3 concrete plates between these wind turbines. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 here, so I can't really squeeze one in. They're going to affect each other. So this one's just going to run 4 turbines. There we go. And hopefully I have just enough left for these. Yeah. Again, this is a temporary solution until I can get some more high-level, more better-looking stuff to distribute this power. Yeah, this power. That's it. Okay, come on. Let's go. Good. Now all we need is some ore, please. I did pick up 1 miner, but okay, I do have enough materials. OCD says this needs to be parallel. That is parallel. There you go. Or parallel enough. Good. And let's not forget to set the recipes like we did last time. Getting pissed off why I didn't have any concrete because I didn't set the damn recipe. And you guys are going to get me some plates, please. Thank you. Alright. Bare bone, ugly ass factory, which we're going to spruce up later together with that one, as soon as I keep telling you we've unlocked some better looking stuff. For now, this will do. Alright, next video, we're going to build some rods. As I said, we've covered the concrete. The way I initially play the game is I always look at what materials am I not yet producing. So the only access we have now is smelters and constructors make the following items: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. So I have a tendency to build 6 factories. The biomass being an exception there. That's a little floor over there because we don't have a constant income of biomass, but here out in the field we do have a lot coming in, so we might as well process it straight away. So we've done 2 factories, we got a couple more to go. Hope you see me in the next video, and we'll build the one right next door.